Hello, it's me in the kitchen again. I just thought I'd have a quick chat about Mercury retrograde. So it's quite often people dread it. They think things are going to go wrong, there are going to be delays, that kind of thing. Well, sometimes that happens, but not always. I think the thing to take out of it is just that word re. So it might be reassess, reevaluate. Oh, oops. There we go. Oh. Yeah, it could be that, actually maybe that's better. Yeah, so there you go, see, that's the sort of thing that happens. But anyway, we keep going and it's fine. So anyway, get back to the point. So the planet Mercury, it will be somewhere in your birth chart. So the thing to do is see where it is and in which sign. And then you put it all together. So you find out about that particular sign, you find out about the house, and then you'll be able to work out what Mercury retrograde will actually mean for you personally, because it's very different for all of us. And but what I would say with Mercury is that it's about communication. It's about the way we think, how our minds work. So maybe it's a good time to, when you have a retrograde, is to have a time where you'll be using your journal and reflecting about where you've come. Probably make it this year, perhaps, how far you've come this year, what you're happy with, what you're not happy with, what you'd like to still achieve, where you need to make some changes. It's all good stuff, really, just to stop and take stock and have a think about, is whatever you're doing, is it making you happy? And just take some time out to reflect a bit. It's a good time of year to do it as well, because it's obviously darker nights, and instead of sitting in front of the television, you could get your journal out, light some candles, and just have a think about things. Try not to be too hard on yourself as well. Think of the positives as well as the things you'd like to change, some of the negatives, and use it in a positive way. It is actually quite a good time, because we can't possibly be up and upbeat and having a great time and really happy all the time. You have to have, the passing of time brings us different challenges, and you have phases that are perhaps feel a bit better than others. But actually, if you embrace everything that comes along, because basically it's a natural cycle in life, then we can really use these times to have a time to stop and to reflect and see where we want to be going next, really. But remember to be kind to yourself as well. So yes, the other thing is that obviously with a full moon in Taurus, it's ideal, because Taurus tends to keep plodding on, keeps going. And with the remedy that I've assigned to Taurus, which is oak, if you take that remedy, it's really quite handy, because it helps you to stop, listen to your body, not keep going. Take some time to recharge, and as I say, reflect. So that's good. And also Taurus is opposite Scorpio. Scorpio is we're right in Scorpio season now. Sometimes what can happen with Scorpio energy is that you can get a bit too disconnected. So that often comes because there's the opposite sign with Taurus is Scorpio, so the energy flip-flops backwards and forwards between the two. So what happens is that with the natural tendency for Taurus to keep going, keep plodding on, it gets to the point where it will flip and go into the Scorpio energy, and it will disconnect and withdraw and kind of almost build its energies back up again to go back out there and start again. So basically what you need really is to have a balance between the two. So if you have oak, the remedy for Taurus, it means that you're more likely to be able to stop when you need to stop, rather than sort of crash and burn and every so often, sort of slowly. I think the Taurus energy is quite a ploddy energy, I should know, because I'm a Taurian, and it kind of just keeps going, and then suddenly you get to that point where that's it. You don't want to see anyone. You need your space. You need your own time, and you, as I say, you kind of go into that Scorpio energy to revive you, really. But then what can happen is that Scorpio energy means that then you get too disconnected, and Taurus energy is very connected. It's very earthy. It's very tactile, and it can be a different place. Sometimes it's quite nice, you know, you're quite happy with your own company, but then it can go too far again, and then you get too disconnected, you can get lonely. So water violet in the Batch Flower Remedies is a good one for Scorpio energy, because it helps us to keep connected. And yeah, because that cycle just keeps going round and round and round. So what we want to do is try and bring the extremes closer together, so that you're not suffering the exhaustion and then the loneliness, really. So yeah, I don't know if that resonates with you, but it certainly does for me, and you know, clients, whoops, here we go, over the years. And so yeah, so if you're feeling that at the moment, maybe well, you can either have a consultation, or you can get hold of the remedies yourself from health food stores or from Amazon or online companies. Just see what you think, see if you find that it's helpful for your sign. But also, as I say, think about Mercury at the moment, and see how you can actually use this time in a positive way, because it can be positive. We need those down times. We need to stop, but don't get too disconnected. And also, if you find, depending on where Mercury is in your chart, it can bring up different things. So for me, it's in the 12th house, so it's in the sort of subconscious. It's about my strengths and weaknesses. It's where I hide things. So what happens for me sometimes is stuff will come up. But again, it's seen as an opportunity for me, really, to deal with certain things from the past, or things that I still haven't resolved. So I see it as an opportunity, really, rather than a problem. And for you, it will be different. You may have it in 12th house as well, or Mercury may be in another one of the houses, like say 7th house. So it may be that every time Mercury is retrograde, which is kind of about, I'm trying to think now, maybe 3 times a year. It depends. I think it changes a little bit. But it may be that then that brings up issues about your one-to-one relationships. Maybe if it's in 10th house, it brings up issues around your career, makes you re-evaluate that, and think about where you're going. But it's all natural. It's all just happening. It's all energetic, and it's just knowing what's going on and having the awareness, so that you can use the time really productively and in a positive way. So if you have any questions, or you have any feedback, or you have any comments, you know, please get in touch, or leave a comment. And yeah, I hope it helps you through Mercury retrograde. And yeah, you take care, and see you again soon.